Okay, I'm gonna do my little tests that I do. I'm just gonna put the headphone in. I don't like that it does that cut to thingy-ma-bobby. Right. Let's get back to playing as Gwendolyn. Yes. Right.
Princess, I'm a puka vendor. Is there something you need?
Let's refresh my memory. Oh, this is quite awkward because I've got a... Okay. Because it's Saturday, I have my pizzas on a Saturday. It is quite late right now, it's like nearly 9 PM. So it's quite unusual for me to do this stream late. I've got a plaster around my finger because when I opened up the box, I got a paper cut across my finger, so it is a little awkward to press the L1 and L2. So I wonder, like, yogurt, that's so much, like, going on, isn't it? You've so much to think about. Hello, Lavender. Yeah, I'm just make sure you can hear this alright, everything's going fine. It's not, like, too loud, or I'm not too quiet or anything. I just want to check. Right, yes, that's good.
Welcome! What can I get you today?
Ah, right, yes, so these are the guys that take the special coins for these meals. And I'm wondering... No, I'm not eating the bun, that's alright. So, food in this game is sort of like a mix between recovery, increasing your HP limit, and gaining experience. So as you can see at the bottom there, it tells you exactly what it does. But I have a feeling... Oh, I don't know. See, I get a mulberry tart, that's a takeout, so is the nut cookie. So yeah, I'll take out a nut cookie.
With pleasure.
Well, it's one of those,
Bon appetit!
Oh, I got something as a bonus. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Right, I can't remember. There's just another one, is it? Yeah, you get a lot of experience through these foods.
What can I get you today?
Oh, this game has so much cute stuff in it. Oh, she's got a lot of stuff on the menu, but there's a few things that require those gold coins. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that for now.
Thank you very much.
Yes! I see what you mean, yeah, because Rainbow Moon did that, didn't it? Welcome. Welcome! So, right, look at this. If I go over to the far end here. So the story says, right, the story says, oh, you've done a bad thing, you will be banished to your room and have to serve this guy for your life. And then you're here, and so you're walking around slowly in this dress, and then once you leave, okay, you leave the room, it's like, what, you're back to your old ways. Yeah, so one thing I really like about this game is that there's like all the items have multiple uses to them.
There you are, Gwendolyn.
Oswald.
At the moment, yes.
So I have been forced to accept the enemy's elite soldier.
This guy is another one of the main playable characters.
It seems I am destined to
You
suffer.
basically go through 5 different stories of different characters.
I must take my leave soon. But before I go, I would like to give you something. Your hand, please.
Ooh, what's this?
This ring.
I'm sorry. I have nothing else worthy of being presented to you. This is a beautiful ring that I obtained from a dragon named Wagner.
The Sonic Adventure?
The ring to Trell?
Will you accept it?
Why are you giving me something so precious?
How can I say it? Well, it's because I want to see you smile, to see you happy.
I am a warrior. My only happiness stems from battle.
She preys on the blood of the weak. Oh, it's that bird again.
You sound unsure. Do you fancy him? No.
A bit, yeah, I
That
see what you
man
mean.
is my enemy. When I think about all the warriors he has slain, I cannot forgive him, no matter how kind he is to me. My father's spell is making me feel this way.
Yeah, it's the faces, isn't it?
'Tis not love. It simply cannot be. I shall seek vengeance the moment it presents itself. That is what my father would want me to do. There is no reason for you to remain loyal to a king who has abandoned you. I just want to do what will make my father happy. That is what Oswald just said to you. He yearns for your love in the same way you yearn for your father's. It matters not. For now,
Squashed at the end, I'm not sure I know what you mean by that.
manipulated by my captor.
But definitely, I definitely see what you mean in the face.
Oswald, are you leaving so soon?
Yes.
The bird is basically like her self-conscious, I think.
Gwendolyn, will you wait for me?
I belong to you now. If you command me to wait, I shall obey.
You are not an object, and I will not allow anyone to treat you thus. Never. I take my leave. I shall be back soon.
Oh, no.
This ring is undoubtedly to Trell. This will allow the cauldron to be activated. I must take it to my father.
But there's something very strange that I don't understand about the original version of this game,
Princess!
which is the speech bubbles.
I come with a message for the king.
Because the PAL version had subtitles,
What are you doing?
but the NTSC
I
version
may have
had
been
these speech
banished,
bubbles.
but I will not tolerate such such treatment.
And I don't know why
The
they
king has
varied
ordered
like
us
that.
to kill you on sight.
Oh, have I got a battle? Yes, so do I. Definitely. Oh. Right, I've got to see if I can get back to grips with the controls I set for the abilities. Oh, did I just level up? Right. I don't know, I suppose it's part of the crown. But see, this guy's health isn't going down much. Right. Oh, got these little gingerbread men. So as you can see here, foods. Got these to give you experience, an increase to your max HP and HP recovery. And some of them you can take multiple bites out of. Oh, I know. They're just happy to serve a purpose. That's why they're happy, because they serve a purpose. Yeah. So see, like the muggles here, 2 out of 2 means you can eat them twice, so you can take two bites out of them. And then muggles will also give you the seed. And you've got like potions, materials. Milk is under other. Yeah, and these mandragoras are meant for alchemy, and you've got the seeds that you can plant and they will grow and give you food. It is really cool, this game. I really like it. Where was it in my top 500? The original version at least. I don't think it was quite in my top 50. Oh, I don't remember what milk does in Ocarina of Time. It's like a full recovery, isn't it? It's like full recovery, but it's limited by however many bottles you have. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, like some of the items here, I see these muggles you can use twice. But I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use... Right, yeah. Yes, fairies. I do remember that. Right, let's use a blaze thing. Well, that didn't quite work how I wanted it to. So you can see the number in the top right corner there, the 80. That's how many Phozons you have. And Phozons, like when you kill the enemy, they drop Phozons and you can absorb them into your weapon. So I should be using this more, I think. Whoa. And Phozons you can use to buy and upgrade your abilities. But also, you use them to grow plants. So say you plant a seed, you have to use the Phozons to grow those plants. And so you can like absorb Phozons, and you can also like I don't know what the right word is. You know, like shoot them outwards. Redstone key. Right. And a bunch of stuff. Right. So yeah, the levels are all like these circles that are like connected. Oh, right, yeah, use the key on the door. It has a pulse projectile. Look, I'll show you once I've... Because I don't think I've got a seed that I really have any purpose of planting at the moment. See, a grapeseed ripens with 14 phosons. Like, look here. So, I'll plant 2 of these, for example, right? And I can shoot out phosons like that, and then they'll absorb them to grow the plant. And I can also, like, absorb them inwards. So I can do that, for example. One thing this game does do that the original didn't do is that you will automatically absorb the phosons. In the original you had to manually absorb them, but in this the manual absorbing only increases how fast you do it. So there, take out a bunch of phosons, let them grow. I get a cluster of grapes there. Do you need still more phosons? Do you still need more? I said the words in that sentence in the wrong order. Right. Right. Ah. I've come up with a new recipe. Right, pancakes, milk and an egg. Milk a grapeseed and a level 2 material. Yeah, so you can also... didn't mean to do that. You can also mix items together. So materials are like your foundational level portion that you add stuff in to make it into something. I think... No, I think you have to take into account the animation time. I think Dark Souls does that, doesn't it? Where, you know, you choose to eat a thing and then you will eat it in real time after that. So say there, I could mix that with one of these mandragora to turn it into something. So that turns it into a recovery point, well, a healing tonic, and that turns it into an antidote. And I can also add some other things, like I could add some food to increase its level. Right. Ah, you add milk to a level 2 material and it creates a level 3 yogurt. Oh. What, the painkiller? Oh. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. So yeah, I will start mixing stuff if my inventory starts to run thin. Oh, I can smash these up. So basically, you have 5 different characters. Actually, I'll show you as well. If I go to story, I think it is. Yeah, you've got 5 different characters, each one represented with a different column. And these little symbols are different parts in the story. making your own so it was less. Oh, I see. Ah. So see, like here, this is where Gwendolyn's story starts. And then you've got like the different chapters. And these are the different markers for how far through the whole story the events are. So, you know, you got the end of chapter 3 there. I think that's the end of chapter 3. And then you go all the way down here. And there, well, there's the end of chapter 3. Ah! Yes, because see, that is when she's inflicted with a sleeping spell. And that's when she wakes up. So, these other characters will be experiencing story events in between that time. I think this is pretty neat, this whole timeline thing. Because, like, for example, at the start of the very first event of Gwendolyn's story is that her dying sister is in her arms, and you know, she's like crying over her as she's dying and taking her last breath and all that. And in the next, once you've completed Gwendolyn's story and you go to, I think it's this next one, like right at the start, you meet her sister as like just a character. She's just there. Because obviously it starts much further back in the story. So my guess is that if you were to, you could rearrange the story. You could you know, take different like scenes from each story and put them in the right order so that you actually get the full chronological story. I thought people would say like, oh, that's why you played them, for the story and all that. But I do think this is interesting, like this timeline. So you actually start the game as a character is dying, and then, you know, it goes to the next character and you meet that character that died. I'm gonna check my skills. Yeah, this thing is new to this version. This wasn't in the original. Trying to figure out what was I going for here. Right, I need 5 more level ups for that. So yeah, this is another way you can spend your phosons. Needle strike. Yeah, I tend to use that, so I'll level it up. Yeah, there's. By the way, apologies if you can hear me sniffing. There's an episode of Inside Number 9. I don't think so. Hello, Fran. Yeah, there's an episode of Inside Number 9 on a season 4 episode called Once Removed, and it tells the story backwards. I'll need to watch it again at some point and see if I can properly figure out the entire string of events. But it starts at the end, and then every so often it'll say 10 minutes earlier, then it'll show you what happened before then. And there are some times where it's like, oh, you can piece things together, like, oh, that explains that thing from earlier, but it's actually later on in the story. Oh, there's another piece of equipment. What was it? Gourmet ring. Eating speed and HP. See, eating speed. There you are, Lavender. Eating speed is a thing. Eating speed and HP recovery 30% up. What is it that I've got here? Right, well I don't need that anymore, I don't think. Star pendant. Nah, I'll leave it as it is. Right. Yeah, I'll go this way for now. Right, so this is a rose mile. So in this game, what they do, I always press circle to like open the menu, I don't need to. In this game, when you find a rosemile flower, it has 16 phosons, but they only get released if you plant a seed. So, how many's it got? 16. Let's have a look at the grapes, see how much they do. Yeah, I've not actually. It's like Kim Jong Soup said hi once and then left. Well, I don't know if he left, but just yeah, didn't stick around. So, let's compare grapes. Yeah, they've got 2 uses and they will give you grape stem if once you've eaten them. Muggles are the same. Oh, grapes are just strictly better then, in that case. Well, let's... Oh, how many? Oh, there are quite 14 phosons. Right, put one of those. And one of those. And I'll have to provide some of my own phosons. Right. And there's a few more you can have. Right. And I'll take all the ones you don't need. Ah. Yeah, see, this is where my inventory fills up, so... This is where you need to start alchemizing things. So see these materials here? Let's create something from them. Oof, that is a lot. It turns it into milk, it turns it into a yogurt as well. Let's add some mulberries. Let's add a muggle. Yeah, and then just leave it at that. So that level 1 material has become a level 3 cyclone. And I'll pick up this mulberry. Oh. You're a horrendous joke, I don't think so. Oh, it was about finding Easter eggs on Easter. Was that the joke? By the way, Lavender, do you remember I was saying about things in this game could be rather cute? Well, look at this. I love this. I think this is absolutely adorable. You hit this bell, and look who we get. Ready to serve us some food.
Restaurant. Call and I am at your service. I am honored you have summoned me again. I see you have a new recipe. Please, allow me.
Isn't this just adorable?
Now then, order.
Well, now can I don't have an egg. All I can make is the muggle confit. So yeah. Right. So can anything be that cute?
Very well. Leave it to me. Enjoy your meal.
I mean, is this not? Is this not really cute? Okay, healing experience
Will
up.
that be all?
No, I'll have another one.
As you wish.
Yeah, the thing
Is
is
there
with the
anything else
experience
you wanna
gain is that the value of that does go down
Thank you very much.
because you need more experience to level up. Yeah, I love her. I think that's so cute. Like in my last stream, it was like top of a snowy mountain. Like even there, she was ready to give you a meal. Ah, here's my chest. Let's put some items in because I have a lot here that I don't need. Ugh. I put one grape in. I put one of those in. Restore. Oh, it recovers PP. Okay. Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic. Like when you were saying that you weren't, that you were interested. Oh, don't you start with this, Lavender. Fran's given me grief over that terminology before. Yeah, let's get rid of this cyclone and this. Yeah, just thin out the inventory. Thing is, I can. Oh, I don't know.
Whoa, I'm not an enemy. I'm just a traveling salesman passing through. As long as you have cash, I don't care who you are.
Now, one thing I think I've mentioned this to you before, Lavender. One thing that this version of the game does not carry through is this idea of managing multiple types of coin. Because in the original, you had to you collected different value coins, and once you spent a coin, you couldn't get the change from it. So say if you had a 20g coin and you wanted to buy something for 6, you would have to spend the entire 20g coin. So the best thing for you to do was to sort of find the best way to distribute your coins. And I think that was interesting. Oh, a recipe. I'll get a recipe and an area map. Chicken au gratin recipe. Okay. I need cheese and chicken for that. But let's have a look at the map. Yeah, so this is the whole area. Aha! And I get a chicken there. And there's the boss over there. So... and I can get another bag there. So... I will do that. Because that increases your inventory. Now it looks like these guys are a higher level than me. So if they start doing a lot of damage to me, I've got stuff I can eat, and that will also increase my levels. So that's, it all works out. Yeah, so this is the first character, and from what I remember, each character you do play through the same areas, but you play through them in a different order depending on what their story dictates. Oh, a new ability. Freeze enchant, is that freeze? Yeah, or freeze enhancement. Increase the freeze effect caused by cipher skills. Okay, that's a passive skill then. So are these passive skill? Oh no, they're active skills. Right, okay. What's that C? What does that mean? Oh, checkpoint, right. Okay. So I can basically walk between those different checkpoints. Let's go down this way. So what level are these guys then? Oh, is that a... no, it's not a new one. It's one of the ones I've already had. Oh, bombs. I do remember. I think it's with the next character. I remember this level where you fight like these slimes, and they're really annoying because they've got like super high defense. You know, sometimes you'll get enemies in games like that where they just have really high defense and your attacks will do nothing or 1 point of damage or something. I remember there's a boss in Final Fantasy 2 that first time I played I didn't know what I was supposed to do because all my attacks... well, I'm poisoned, so let's drink an antidote, just a regular one. But yeah, I reckon that the oh, yeah, I've got the pouch now, so now I can hold 45 items. It's very good. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Well, there's something here. A yogurt mousse recipe. A yogurt and an egg. I'm gonna have to find out what that does. Yeah, I think I was gonna say, like, the experience that you get from eating, it's going to not really be a big deal eventually, because you'll need so much more experience to level up. Now where am I going? I'll go down first, because that's a dead end. See, there's me pressing circle to cancel out of a menu. Ah, okay, so these are actually enemies now. Fran, I was close to buying Burnout Paradise Remastered today because I had some CEX store credit, but I ended up spending it on some other things instead. But oh, hello. Like an airship boss. Oh, where am I? Oh, okay. Defect the dwarven battleship's homing missiles by guarding. Okay. So... what is it to guard? It's to hold square, isn't it? Ugh, doesn't seem to particularly work in my favour right now, but I need to use an item, so I will use the Cyclone. That goes two ways, doesn't it? Yeah, there you go. There's a Cyclone for you. Yeah, that kind of worked. Oh. It's getting a bit chaotic here. Ah, there's the homing thing. Ah. Let's use the onion. Let's... oh, it's a mandragora. Okay. Oh, you can eat these. What's the point of eating them? Well, let's mix a material, see what it gives me. Right, okay, Biolavender. Shine, stuns enemies and illuminates the darkness. Yeah, I'll do that. No. Right, add one of those. Yeah, I'll just create that. And I'll use that, see if that does anything good. Oh, hold on, have I got two bosses here? I might do. Might be the two separate balloons. Well, it's dead. The wing key. Wing key. I don't suspect that's an intentional joke. I'm really piling up on these items, aren't I? I've still got space for 15 more. That wasn't it. A spicy one, so that's going to create a volcano thing, isn't it? So if I... oh, a level 6 material? Really? Oh, a blaze. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Gee. Okay. Let's head back. And up this way. I do like that attack. I have to find a good place to put that rose mile that gives off the Vozans. Yeah, that's a very useful attack. So I'm definitely a fan of. It's so hot today. Or tonight rather. It is quite late. It's 9:30. Are you still there, Fran? Alchemy mix restore. Material and a character. What? But I've already been doing that. I think. Oh, if you put 2 of them in. I think. Oh, what do you know? You get 2 of them. You get material and 2 of them there, just to show you. But let's go for this way. Right. As I thought. Too much. It's a small keyhole which no average key will fit, so do I need to not press that button? So is that not the wing key then? I don't like saying that. Ah, so if I mix, hold on. If I mix my material, level 6 material, with some milk, that'll create a level 6 yogurt. I like the sound of that. And mix yogurt. Yeah, with ginger cookie. Make a level 7 yogurt. So level 7 yogurt will... Oh wow. Experience increase 58%, recovery increase 16% for duration 1,500 seconds. I like that. Let's mix some more materials with stuff. Yeah, I'm not fond with that, the natural ice one. Yeah, let's add some of these for good measure, and... Oh, a level 4 yogurt. I do like the idea of the yogurts, but it's using them at the right time, I guess. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's make another level 6 yogurt. Oh, we've got a level 7 yogurt and level 6. Oh wow. So, if I can gather up a lot of like foods, I can use the yogurt to really work it out effectively, can't I? Oh, right, I can't carry any more of that particular thing, right, okay. Because the seeds of Mandragora have their own inventory rules. Which is rather strange. Oh, what's that timer in the bottom corner? Oh, is that to get an S rank? I guess it might be. I suppose I can't, if I need to get S ranks for whatever reason, I can come back. So that goes down. Right, the timer has run out there, so I probably won't get an S rank, I'm imagining, on this fight. Oh no, I did get an S rank. I've got quite a... It's rather plentiful how much I've got. Right. Ooh, butterfly. Let's take your phosons. Small key. Right, okay, yeah. That makes sense. I can probably open up that chest with that now. Can't carry any more of those. Fair enough. No, oh, can I open that chest, or is that for that door? Well, let's try the chest. I don't think it'll be for the chest. Oh. Oh. Ah, I see. Right. Okay. The wing key for that door. Small key for the chest. Oh, and that. Oh, vampiric ring +1. Don't even have a vampiric ring +0 yet. Where is it? Recover 0.8% HP of damage dealt. Damage dealt and taken up, and taken 10% up. Oh, okay. Right, I see what that means. Yeah, that is probably going to be quite an improvement. I will go with that. That's good. Right, let's actually save because... Whoa. Hold on. What? No, actually I'll look at my skills. Oh, I can level up the cipher. It's always a good choice, the cipher. Let's see, this is all stuff I've not unlocked yet. I wonder if there's a trophy from, like, learning stuff on the skill tree. Or... I don't know. Yeah, I'll get that one. Just because I want the attack and the PP. Not so much bothered about the rest of it though. Passive skill. Oh yeah, I should probably think about that one as well. Okay. Fair enough, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll leave that for now. Actually, oh, I'm gonna check. Because I want to get something down here, isn't it? But what is it? Improve grade increase amount during alchemy by 30%. Ah, yeah. Need 3 more levels for that. Now I'm going down here. Yeah, I was going to save, wasn't I? Because it has been a while. I wonder what those stars are. Do the stars... I wonder if the stars talk about like how many stories you've completed. So they'll like fill out. But what am I going to do? No, not that. Story, let's have a look. I want to see how far I am through this one. Right, so that's where I am now. Oh, so I'm not that far from the end. I reckon I've got one more place to go after this. Maybe 2. I don't know. And then it's on to... is it Cornelius? But I probably will have to keep coming back to Gwendolyn to get other stuff sorted. Oh, hello, Mandragora. I probably can't. Probably can't pick up you. No, I've got too many. Egg. Right, what's this over here? Oh, that's just another egg. Yep, fair enough. Egg. Oh, no, it's not. It's not an egg, it's a key. A steel key. Quite well hidden amongst the nest. A chicken drumstick from a nest. Anything else over this way? No. Guess not. Oh, all those ones are from the vampiric ring, aren't they? Me healing myself. Ooh, get away from that. I'm not going to need to eat anything with all this healing. Not that I'm really needing to eat much in the first place. I mean, if I fall behind in levels and stuff and start getting hard, I'm going to have, you know, eating those foods will really help. I mean, it must be rounded up, I would imagine, for healing. If it's healing 1 all the time, what it recovers is like 0.8%, so it must like force a round up. Because there's no way 0.8% of the damage I'm actually doing is more than 0.5. Right, yeah, this is where I'm gonna need the wing key. I still don't know if that was like a put on purpose. Aha! A rosemary flower. No, not that. Wrong button. Now what can I plant? I will plant. I'll just plant one of these. Thing is though, the thing with the rosemary, right, is ideally you want to plant them during, say, like bosses and stuff, so that you can you know, use it to recover your PP. Ah, no, I didn't know you could do this. Ah, okay, so you can choose which method you want to use. So if I, hold on, press triangle again. Aha, okay, I didn't even know that, but that, I like that. See, this is much simpler to me. But I'll plant 2 of those. And then I'll supply some full ones of my own, which I'll need. Don't have these anymore. Yeah, and I'll absorb the rest. Grape and grape. Oh, hello there. I feel another stage coming on. Although, no, not quite.
Maury's touring restaurant. No building, no problem. I thought it was time that you'd call on me. Huh? A new recipe. Allow me to add it to the menu.
I still think of Ignis whenever she says that.
Now then,
Oh, you got
what do you
moose,
want to
yeah.
order?
Oh, but I don't want to use up my level 6 and my level 7 moose. Oh, of course you get the extra bonuses, don't you? Well, let's have... Oh, that's a big bonus for experience there. Let's have some pancakes.
Very well. Leave it to me.
I mean, the healing that these items do from this place is mostly irrelevant.
Will that be all?
What else can you make? Chicken au gratin. Yeah, can't really get much from that anymore. Although it is more than what I would get. Oh, I don't know. I've got plenty of muggle seeds, so I guess that's okay. Just for the experience. Let's have one of these. Let's have 2 of these actually.
As you wish.
Of course it is just for the experience that I'm after them.
Sorry for the wait.
I do love how she says sorry for the wait when it's like done immediately. Oh, she's blowing on it. She's blowing on it to cool it down. just little things like that. I mean, that's almost...
Is there anything
an
else you want to order?
I mean, it might even be more than like an entire level. Of course, that's with the bonus in effect. So you just want to get
Very well.
these done as much as possible just to pile on that experience. I mean, look at that.
Is there anything else you want
I'm
to
level
order?
like 21. Right, I can make... Yeah, I've got 1 more muggle. So let's use this. Ah, and that gave me just a little bit more than I needed to level up. No, that's okay.
Thank you very much.
I mean, also think about how much food she's having. She's like, oh, she wants to stop eating all this food.
This place is suspicious. I'm thinking of leaving. You seem to be an honest soul.
I do wonder though, does the effect of the yogurt also carry over to that? Like, the food that you get from the restaurant? Because if it does... Oh... It might be a good idea to use it when you get a new recipe, because then you get the bonus and you get the multiplier. Ah, that's a thought. Yeah, let's get some more milk. I'll get one material. I don't want to buy too much. I don't really want to buy muggle seeds. I'm doing okay. I'll get one grape seed. Yeah, pick all that up. I mean, that being said, of course, there's plenty in here, isn't there? See, there's like a level 2 yogurt there. Let's take all those level 1 materials and that level 2 material, and let's mix them. It's not doesn't help much, does it? All those level 1s. Oh. I mean, do it. And look at all those level 1s, they don't really add much, do they? But then it's like you want to get rid of them to... Okay. I'll do that. And make a level 3. Right. See, it's just below. No. I'm thinking if I mix all these together. Oh. I mean, that's not good, is it? A level 1 and level 2 makes a level 2, which is a bit of a waste. No, let's move these back into the chest. And move one of the milks into the chest as well. But I am thinking about those yogurts because that's really going to add up. If I can get a bunch of stuff. In fact, yeah, I'll shove that into there as well. Probably won't need that as well. No, I will take that. Take one of those. It recovers 2,000. Yeah, I don't need that. Oh, of course I should throw all these in, shouldn't I? I mean, I don't know if that number, how high that number can go, but yeah, I just throw them all in so that I can start picking up more. I suppose I should do it with these as well. Actually, no, I'll get a couple of those back. Yeah, that'll do. So 29 out of 45, okay. Well, there's a boss up there. I do I have the key for this one? Next I'm gonna get this out before I fight the boss. Slide all these guys when they start defending. Ooh, that thing healed me by 2. Well, this is going alright. Is there anything special here though? Because, like, I did spend the key to get here. Ah, of course, yeah, it'll be a new ability, won't it? Frozen Prism. Oh, I can buy that that final ability that I want from the levels. Comet Spear. Active skill. I am gonna have to have a look in. I'm gonna have to look into these new Frozen abilities. Ah, right. I need to look into this. Improved grade increase. I should have done that earlier. Oh. But fair enough, I've got it now. I need to think about where I'm going to spend my level up points. I don't like that. That's alright. So where does that lead me to? That's alright. Yes, let's probably go down either this side or how's this? That's alright. I like that as well. 7 and 9. Oh, okay, it's going to take a while though, isn't it? So I can sort of do this. Or I can wait and do this. But I want to do these, one of these first. Whatever, I'll leave it for now. Let's just level that up. Right, and before I do anything, I of course want to save. Okay. Let's challenge this powerful foe. Let's see who the boss is.
Father!
Not quite. Don't you recognize me?
Ooh, evil version.
You're Lord Brigand!
Ah.
The queen of the underworld thinks highly of me. I have been delegated to discipline King Odin, who steals jewels from her realm. Observe, the pitiful king is merely a puppet to my will. This country is finally mine!
So you're behind the chaos in this land. You disgust me. Leave the king at once!
I'll tear off those wings of yours and remove my shame for having known you. Your soul shall become my plaything.
Oh dear. He is quite a naughty individual. It's time for us to take care of him. Right, now, let's see, this is an example of when you want to plant a rose mile. just gives you that PP that you need. Not that I'm really lacking it, but you know, every little helps. Ooh, look at these enemies. Don't they look odd? Oh, that's not good. I don't have much in the way of healing item like food, don't I? K? What's K? Well, I think he's almost dead. Unless he's got another, yeah, one more health bar. I mean, this vampiric ring is healing me a lot more than... well, maybe not a lot more, but more than what he's doing to me. Let's see where this goes.
Father, you've returned.
Gwendolyn, you made it back safely.
I have violated your edict, but I have important information for you. Please take this. This ring is to Trell.
Good work, Gwendolyn. That man, I was right to tempt Oswald.
Tempt? What do you mean, Father?
He and I formed a pact. I would give you to him if he could slay the dragon Wagner.
Oh, I remember that dragon. The red one, isn't it?
The ring is a prize from that battle. With your latest actions, you have atoned for your past transgressions. Welcome back, my child. Your honor has been restored.
We're going to hear from the bird, aren't we?
Oswald. He fought the dragon. For me.
Come on, little birdie.
No.
Oh, I guess not then.
This is no longer where I belong.
Back where I belong.
Gwendolyn.
Been gone for so long, but I'm back where I belong.
Farewell. I wish you in the heavens well.
What's this one then? Oh, it's the center one. Don't think that makes any difference though, really. Rising Crescent. I am going to have to check out these abilities. Ground only. Repeated hits into a rising attack. Right, okay. Yes, let's have us a saving game. Did I save? I feel like I did, I don't know. Let's try it again anyway. Oh, I guess so.
Has he not returned yet?
No, not yet. It seems like he's the only thing on your mind lately.
Not at all.
Oh, it seems like you fancy him. Oh.
You're so irresponsible. You didn't say where you went, and I was nervous. If anything happened to you, he'd be very distressed.
Right. Well, whatever. I don't care about you. I'm like a total adult now, Dad. What am I doing? Where am I going? You got anything new to sell?
Princess, are you hungry? There's a very nice restaurant through this portal.
I should probably go check that, yeah. Ooh, an apple. 34 swords grows 2 apples. An apple gives 500 experience. See, they're starting to give more experience, these things. But I'm tempted to, like, just not do anything until I can find something that I can use for the yogurts. Fish fillet. Oh, that's a lot of experience. At least relatively speaking, of course. I'm gonna get one of those, because I know I'll have to head up to a volcano at some point, don't I? Right, okay. Let's see what food we can get.
Welcome! What can I get you today?
Well. Yeah, these just require the coins, don't they? Oh, I've got 2 of those coins. Blancmange. That is a lot of experience. An apple sorbet. But I am tempted to save it for the yogurt. I am very curious
Thank you very much.
about those yogurts, if they do apply to the food that you eat in the restaurants.
Welcome! What can I get you today?
Oh, this is the same kind of stuff, isn't it? Oh, there's a 3rd page. See, 5,000 experience. But I'm tempted to... Oh.
Thank you very much.
Right. Is there anywhere in my menu I can see... No, there's no way I can see total experience, is there?
May I have some of your time? Since you've come all this way, why not? I have rare goods you won't find.
Oh, right, so he's selling the fruit outright. Right, I'm gonna do a test. Can I? See, this is kind of Final Fantasy 15-ish when you know, you mix together the food with the, you know, you stack all the multipliers together, you get like this amazing meal, and then you sleep at the fanciest hotel, and you use like the highest level coins and all that. It is that sort of thing, I think. Right. I'm gonna check. I've saved it, so that's okay. So I want to check. Right. If I get my level 7 yogurt, experience increases by 80%. Recovery increased by 16%. Right. So, let's test this out. Right, so I've got level 7 yogurt in effect.
Welcome! What can I get you today?
Oh, is it gone? Right, recover 700. Let's see if this recovers 700.
Pleasure.
Yes.
Will this be all for you? Thank you very.
Right, okay. So it doesn't apply. It only applies outside. So this recovers 90. It should recover more than 90. Yes, okay. So let's take a notice. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 1. So I've got my phone here. I mean, the timer on that level 7 yogurt, it's gone down a lot quicker than 1,500 seconds, I can tell you that. Right. So, 1, 2, 4, 1 minus this is going down during this time as well. Minus 250. So it should take us down beyond. Right, 991. That's without the yogurt in effect. And how much am I at? Yeah, that is right. Okay. I see. Right, so I'm gonna try and keep the yogurt for when I get I've gotta go here. Bookshelf. I don't remember this. Is this just oh, okay. Alchemy. Ah. It's these like different tutorials, aren't they? Recipes. So let's get back to that. And let's not have the yogurts.
Welcome.
Oh.
What did I get you today?
But I still wonder if I mean the recovery aspect of these foods here doesn't really mean anything, does it? But I will get that.
With pleasure.
Right, get tons of experience with that. Right, can't avoid any of those now. I'll just get one of these.
With pleasure.
Does that get me to the level? Not quite. Well, will this take me over the edge for the next level? To be level 25? Yeah, just. Good.
Will this be all for you?
Okay. That makes sense. That's fine. Yep, let's go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so what I was just thinking was, I still don't know. Ah, here we are. The lava pit. I still don't know if
Please tell me.
the yogurt
Where is
bonus
he gone?
applies to the travelling puka chef.
He
Because
went to the
technically you
Fire
don't
King
leave the
to
screen, do
fulfill a
you?
promise he made to the king there. He's been gone for some time now. Something may have happened.
I have no idea.
To fulfill a promise.
I'm gonna get a drink.
What is happening in the Fire Kingdom? My heart aches with each passing day.
God, it's so hot.
I cannot bear it. I cannot wait like this.
basically summer, even though it's not. It basically is.
The great King Onyx is just ahead.
Welcome, Princess of Ragnarok.
It has been a while, Your Majesty.
Welcome, one and all.
It is always a pleasure to welcome you to our kingdom. This way, please. Allow us to entertain you.
Your Majesty,
Let me
I have come here seeking
entertain you.
I've heard that my husband Oswald has come to this land. Are you aware of this?
As much as I would like to say that I am not, I cannot lie in the face of such beauty. He is certainly here. He is fighting.
Why is it so hot?
Fighting?
I'm not talking about the game either in this fire pit. I just mean in real life.
Some say that this dragon is Levanthan, the one mentioned in the prophecies
But
concerning
I'm off the week after today.
Our fire and our swords
mean,
have had no effect on this newborn dragon.
Tomorrow's Sunday, and then I'm off next week, starting the Monday.
But since I have heard no news, I assume it was useless as well.
Why Oswald?
You may not know this, but King Odin had already promised your hand to me.
What?
It would have helped unify both our countries. But your father went back on his word, and instead gave you to that tortured soul. In compensation for letting the issue drop quietly, Oswald made me a promise. He vowed to fight for his life on my behalf whenever I asked.
Oswald did this for me?
He may die. He may even already be dead.
I've got my dehumidifier
I can
on,
void our agreement and save him if
but it doesn't seem to be
you will
soaking up
my
any
bride.
moisture at the moment.
It's up to you, Gwendolyn. As long as you become mine.
Inferno King, you are no different than the men back home. I am not an object.
What?
What?
Get her, Vulcans! Capture her, but don't harm her.
I mean, they're gonna harm me. What you talking about? Capture her, but don't harm her. They're gonna harm me. What? I mean, they're not just gonna stand. I'm not gonna take no damage, am I? Oh, a bow. It's been a while since I've seen any of those. Not that they really do anything. Right. Aha. So I'm gonna get. Didn't mean to do that. So I was trying to cancel out of that screen that does that. You know, I wonder. Yeah, that's just not. That's not right. You stupid lizard things. Lizard things, salamanders. It says right there. Does it say how much experience they give? I don't suppose it does. Well, I got an apple. So they were calling it Napple, like starting with an N. Sounds like you're just saying an apple rather than a napple. But I suppose the idea is that all of the fruits are made up, aren't, well, apart from grapes. You know, grapes are a real word. Like mulberry, muggle, napple. Ah, see, it takes 34 suns to grow those, so it takes quite quite a bit more. But you know what? I will plant one of those. Probably quite a few, won't it? Well, 30. I know the number. I'll take the rest back then. It is, you know, the graphics are really nice. You know, the way that it like look, the way they project out like that, the way they just like spray out and then they float around and then you absorb them and there's just like sort of slow down and then like speed up. It's very nice. I like it. But I mean, ideally you want to plant, I mean, you don't find enough for it to be completely feasible, but you want to plant them mostly near rose miles. Or you want to rather, you want to make sure you have something to plant for when you find a rose mile. I mean, I guess they're called rose miles, like, isn't it? I suppose it could be Rose Mile or something, or Rosy Mile, little fire elemental thingies, kind of like the icy ones from before. I mean, you get plenty of seeds anyway, and a key. I wonder what that can open. I mean, I don't actually know. I know I sounded sarcastic there, like I've had loads of them. I know exactly what they all do, but that's just not the case. It might be this, actually. Yeah. It's kind of weird to have a key in a room just before the thing with the chest in it that required it. An apple sorbet. Right. Oh, need quite a few things for that. I have to see how good that is when I find the travelling puka shaft. And I'd like to test out that thing I was saying before. Now's probably a good time to check out 4. Right, let's think about this. Do I want to go this route? I mean, I don't care so much for that. It's good, but it's not something worth really thinking about. I am thinking this is much better. I mean, oh, I don't know about that. Maybe. But that does look really nice. I'm thinking I'm going to try going down this power supply route. And I might even see if I can upgrade those yogurts even more. Ah, see? Oh, I don't have... never mind. There is, me pressing the wrong button again. Didn't mean to call you yet, but okay. Yes. I shall plant an apple seed, and that will be it. And I will emit some phosons of my own. Ah, look at that, she's all ready. And how many more do you need? That's more than what you need. Let's grow 2 more apples. I am gonna save and do a test, because I want to see just how much, if the yogurt does have that effect. But he might have some new items.
Look, don't tell him. I'll let you buy.
Yes, whatever. Well, I'll get those. Shrimp. I mean, that is a lot of it. I mean, relatively speaking, you know, it's getting less and less, but, you know, relative to what I have been getting, it is a lot, but yeah, fair enough. The area map. Good. Yeah, I am thinking I'm just gonna... Oh. It requires a thing and a shrimp. Right. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my little checking thing. I've got just 2 spaces left. Let's throw in a bunch of these materials. Let's throw in the bone. Oh, look at that, the grips cure more, like increase max HP more. Yeah, let's throw in all this excess equipment. Because there's no point in me hanging on to that. Yeah, I won't need the warmer, not here. Right, let's test this out. Ah, yes, look, you can put as many as you want in there. That's good to know. That's neat. Right. Right, let's do a few saves. Save on 2 and 1. Right, now that I've saved, let's bring out that level 7 yogurt. They won't stack, will they? There's no... well, I could bring them out just in case. Right. Alright, let's actually we'll do another save on to slot 3 there. Okay. Right. So what am I doing? No, not skills. Right. So let's use... I've got to say, this flat menu is a lot more user-friendly. Right, so it's got level 2 yogurt on there. Can I... no, it just seems to reset it. But that's okay. Right, I've got a level 7 yogurt going on. So, with that level 7 yogurt... Okay, so let's make an apple sorbet. Right, recovers 370, so let's have a look. See if this works.
Very well. Leave it to...
I have a feeling it won't. No.
Is there anything else you want to order?
No.
I await.
But with yogurt in effect, I can try. Right, recovers 180. Experience plus... right, just gonna have a look. Right. 5752. So 5752. And use one of these. Should be 47. Well, about 47-ish. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna test this out. Oh, it's run out. Well, that... I mean... It says it has a duration of like... What is it? 1,500 seconds. Unless I'm reading that wrong, and it's like 15:00 seconds, so it's actually 15 seconds. I'm gonna have another look. See, that says 100 seconds. And if I go here, I mean, that, undoubtedly that says 1,500 seconds. It can't mean 15. Because if it meant 15, that would be 1. And it's not going to do that, is it? Because that would be ridiculous. But I am going to call back Puka, whatever her name is.
Mori's Touring Restaurant.
Mori, that's it.
And I am at your service. This is unbearably odd. A cold meal would be great for here. Huh? A new recipe.
Oh,
Add it to the menu.
Cold meal, like ice cream or something is what you're thinking about, but it would melt.
Now then, what do you want to order?
Right. An apple sorbet. Yeah. Right, okay, yeah. I'll have an apple sorbet, please.
Very well. Leave it to me.
There you go.
Is there anything else you want to order?
Yeah, that bonus experience is going down. See, I'm wondering if each character has their own, like, set of recipes that they can get. Because it'd be weird if, you know, you had, you know, a limit to how many times you can get bonus experience from something. And then, because you get them all with Gwendolyn, then suddenly, you know, it gets harder to do it with Oswald or whatever.
Very well. Leave it to me. Is there anything else you want to order?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, I've used up all of the bonuses for that one, it seems.
I await your further.
Well, goodbye, Mori. You are a great service. Oh, oh dear. Oh, this is a big map, isn't it? This is quite a big map. Well, it's a level 4 yogurt there. I have to go down the side. Ooh, there's a bigger a bag. Once again, I did that. Let's actually have a look. The story. I'm thinking I'm nearing the end of Gwendolyn's story. I might have like another chapter after this. Oh, are they going to explode? I knew they would. Because I know there's still like another level, isn't there? There's like a city type level. Yeah, so it can get quite confusing when you've got all these characters and they're all playing the same levels but in different order. So, like, this is like a chapter 5 level for Gwendolyn, but for someone else it might be a chapter 2. Chapter 2 level. Cream stew recipe. Fish fillet and milk. Well, once I've completed the story with all the characters, there is a final story we have to use everybody again. Oh, these ones. The ones who are on, did you not hurt me? Oh, it's a boss. Okay. Hey, you were on, did you not hurt me, so what do you think you're doing? Oh, I need to check out those new abilities, don't I? Oh, I need 20 PP for that. No, you could get away with not doing any of these shortcuts at all. Like, you could just, you know, like for example, whoa, and then go here and then choose that. And that works fine. It just takes a bit more effort. Oh, well, they're just salamanders, that's okay, whatever. But I am wondering, like, how much am I going to have to do with each character? So, for example, yeah, once I've completed Gwendolyn's story, how much do I have to do still with Gwendolyn? Oh, a shrimp and an apple seed. Right, let's head this way. Leads to a dead end, but I'll get a new ability on the skill tree. Right, let's give this a shot. Comet Spear. Right, okay. So, that's like a wide range attack. Something to consider there. Wait, is that the end of the... No. Okay, well obviously that's not all the enemies because there's something over here, I think, by the looks of it, on the little map at the bottom. Oh, hello, you look rather unusual. Yeah, I'm down to a B grade here. This is not so good. Nick so good. Okay, let's see what this is. If this is a passive skill, I'll be more willing to invest in it. My phone needs to stop lighting up. Oh, it's an active skill. But it's still good to spend some of the phosons just for the pure sake of, you know. Oh, there's still all this tier to get here. I should get this. Just upgrade my cipher for another level. for 100 photons. I like that. Oh, and I can get that now. Right. So, you know, the 9 level... I mean, that seems like a lot, doesn't it? 9 level ups. What does it do? Enhance additional effects of equipment. Yeah, okay. I like the sound of that. And 9 levels seems like a lot. But I couldn't tell you exactly how much that is. Oh, I can tell you exactly it is 9. What I mean is I couldn't tell you exactly how much effort that's going to require. This is a rather strange looking area. What was that for? Oh, it's damage. Okay. Well, mystery solved. Oh. Didn't even see the butterfly there until just now. Okay, whatever. Let's continue on. I've got a few games today. I mean, I know no one's listening to this. But I've got a few games today. And I am... You know, I am looking forward to the idea of playing them. I've got Ukulele, I'm looking forward to that. Because I've been watching H-Bomber Guy's DK64 stream, that's really put me in the mood for a platform collectathon type game. I had a dream about that recently as well, like that style of game. And you know, this is gonna go, I mean, I suppose this is going on record, so you know, this has been recorded, so I may as well talk about it now, otherwise I might forget about it down the line. But I dreamt last night that Rainbow Moon was different to how it is. It was a different type of game. And I do love Rainbow Moon for what it is, and I'm not saying I wish it was different, because I think, you know, I think it's great. But the game that I dreamt it was something completely different, but also really good. I'll grab a drink. So, in my dream last night, I was playing this game that was it was Rainbow. It wasn't Rainbow Moon, but in the dream it was Rainbow Moon, if you know what I mean. And it was like a 3D platform game, but you could fight enemies through like an RPG turn-based battles. But not all of the battles were like that. I mean, that probably wouldn't be very good for an actual game, I suppose, if there's like inconsistencies there. I don't know. But there was the first world, as it were, like the first hub area. It was like a smallish building of several different layers, like this metallic structure with like loads of items around it and stuff, surrounded by like hills and cliffs and stuff. So it was like a central point, and there was all sorts of like caves that led to different levels in this hub area. If you think about it like a sort of Jack and Daxter type thing, where you jump between levels by just walking along, and you know you are in the level by there's no like transition or anything. It's just a case of, you know, you are in the level. It's like all one big connected world. It was kind of like that. We did have a central hub area that connected it all, which was the place with this metallic structure, and there were all these caves going around, and there were more like unlockables. Oh, 54 items. Very nice. So yeah, you were going across that and collecting all these things, And the two things that stand out to me about this dream, about this the game in this dream, is that there was a boss in the middle of this metallic structure that was completely optional. He didn't actually block your way, but if you defeated him, he sort of collapsed and created a big hole through the center of this building, this like big metallic structure, and that acted as a shortcut to all the different places within this structure, but it was completely optional. So it was quite interesting. Like the whole point of defeating the boss is to create like these shortcuts between these areas in the level, which, you know, it was up to you to judge whether or not it was worth taking on that boss. And if you didn't, then, you know, you just go around and, you know, go the long way around. And the other thing I remember was that there was two people playing. It was like a multiplayer type thing, and I was playing with these two other people, and I was more of an advanced player than they were, because I was, you know, I'd played this game before, so I like had an idea of stuff. I didn't remember everything about it, but I had an idea of how everything worked and all the level layouts and stuff. And there were these people that joined in the game, and I was sort of trying to show them around and stuff, but at the same time I was trying to like beat them at the game. Like it was, I mean, it wasn't really competitive, but there was something about it that was competitive, where I just felt like I need to do better than them for some reason. And there were these other people came in who were like experts, and they were there like just reminding me about stuff in the game. So I was finding like extra shortcuts, and I found that if you defeated a particular enemy in a particular room in the building, you got an ice power-up or something like that, and you needed that to access one of the levels around there. And then by the way, this metallic building, it wasn't like it wasn't like an indoor. It's not like you walk through a door and then you were inside this big building. It was more like just this metallic structure, like the tall structure of stuff. Look, oh, I'll stop doing that. Right. Let's plant 2 of those. Just to help build up my inventory a bit. Or rather, so I can pick up that grapeseed. And then when you got to the second hub world, it was sort of like there was this river, but say if there was like a dam, it was like you walked out onto the dam and you saw the river below you like flowing under you. Or maybe it was like a bridge, you saw it flowing under you. And the levels, like this was the hub world, and the levels were in the hillsides, where the, like on each side of the river. And the whole point of this area was that you were building like this another mechanical structure that acted as a bridge to get from one side to the other, not one side of the river to the other side of the river, but you were sort of like going along with the river, say like 2 dams or something, or 2 bridges at each side. Hello there, little birdie. And so as you went through these levels, because the levels were all like caves in this on each side of the river, you found like switches and mechanical pieces that you could use to help build this bridge. But if you imagine it was being like Tetris pieces, like the shape like really awkwardly and like with loads of like weird angles and stuff, you connected them all together, and there were sort of like hidden, like these collectibles you had to get that were just like suspended in the air, so you had to collect all these items and keep rearranging them so you could get to the different areas with the different collectibles and the different caves where the levels were. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll try to. Like the first hub world was this metallic structure with loads of stuff in it, and an optional boss that if you defeated it, created a big hole that acted as a shortcut throughout this big metallic structure. And all the levels were in like different areas around and all that. You know, like caves and, you know, different like just paths around all these hills. Yeah, and then this, and you're collecting like all these power-ups and all that. And then the second hub world, it was like you were one, it's like, so you've got like a river, and you've got one bridge across a river, and you've got another bridge further down the river. You have to build a bridge between these two bridges by collecting different pieces of the bridge and connecting them together. But you had to, like along the way, connect them together in such a way that they led you into different caves along the different sides of the river, which were their own levels, which had their own pieces inside of. Anyway, I defeated that boss with a lot of damage dealt to me. Yeah. Right, what's that? Blue flame. I have no idea what that is. Not even in my main inventory. Look at all these materials I have. Right. Right, let's fuse those. Fill up a bit of space there. 3 3s makes a 5. I don't want to get rid of the shrimp because they're too nice. They're too nice to eat. Ah, I'll get a level 4 yogurt this way. Getting a lot of yogurts. So yeah, I mean the game in my dream was really neat. And it did sort of have like a rainbow, like the actual rainbow moon. It did have that sort of interface with that those types of menus with the fonts and everything. And I remember when I woke up, the main thing that was on my mind was how Rainbow Moon actually is. And thinking, oh, Rainbow Moon's a great game. Despite the fact that the Rainbow Moon in my dream was a completely different, but also a great game still. But probably not as good as what Rainbow Moon actually is. Because I love Rainbow Moon. Right, let's get a chest this way. And there's me pressing the wrong button again. But I'm getting a lot of health still from when I'm oh, whirlwind. Look at all those fossils I've got. Nearly 200. That is rather indicative of how far along I am. Oh! Oh, okay, the blue flame's in that part of the menu. Interesting. Should I just increase my fours on again? I mean my cipher. Yeah. It's very basic stuff, but it's the basic stuff that I like in action games. I like the complexity in the menu, not complexity in the combat. In action games, at least, I suppose. God, I'm getting so thirsty. I mean, it is hot. So I've got that. That's a reason as to why I'm getting so thirsty. But I am talking a lot as well. Right. So that's the only place I've got left, and then that's the end of the chapter. And that's the end of that chapter. Yeah, Homer Simpson voice. Well, you know, the Homer Simpson character that Homer latches himself onto until he turns into an idiot. And he says, I know no. No, what's he saying? What does he say? He goes, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So many apple seeds. I mean, right, it requires 30 phosons to grow. Right, so I'll plant one, and I'll have to release all my phosons. Well, all but 5. And I'll get 2 apples. I'm going to have to start alchemizing, I think, to free up some inventory space. And I can hold 4 more items. No shop here or anything? Or like place, like treasure chest? Because that would be nice. I could shove some more of those apple seeds in a treasure chest. That would really be nice for me. Oh, hold on, this isn't a resting place. This one is. Right, so there'll probably be a shop here. Yes. Good. Oh, and there's another rose mile as well. Okay. I don't have enough to plant another apple seed. Anyway, I'll get it from a rose mile. And then I'll get plant an apple there. Alright, so that'll give it a bunch. And that'll give it a bunch. Yeah, one of those back to me, okay then. And it's gonna grow 2 apples. Well, it still did. No, that's all the ones it needs, that's fine. Well, of course, it gets to give me one, didn't it? Just, no, just, what are you doing? See how, hold on. Yeah, item box, I can hold 120 items. I wonder if you can ever increase the size of the item box. Like, look at all these materials. Bad grapes. Why are they bad? What's bad about them? Takes time to eat. Is that like... Yeah, but they give you double experience and double the max HP, so I'm just going to use that, I think. I think I'll just use that now. Fair enough. Let's see what I can throw in the box. I mean, get rid of those bones. Look at all these raw materials. I've got loads of grapes and loads of apples. Right, I'm going to throw all these. Yeah, just all of them. Just throw all of them in. Same goes for these. Just throw them all in. Actually, no. Let's get one of each out. And one of each of those. And an apple. Should I just mix these materials together now? What's that one? Oh! Generates phosons. Okay. That's neat. I wonder if I fuse that with something. Yeah, but how good? I mean, 12 phosons from a level 3 one. What's it going to do at level 5? It's going to give just about 20 or so, isn't it? That's not going to make much of a difference. I could throw a muggle into it. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll throw a muggle into it. Let's have a look. 16. Yeah, it's hardly make a difference at all. Yeah, that's okay. How's my inventory? 40 out of 54. Alright, let's see what you've got. Probably nothing I want. Oh, they're selling materials. Like level 3 material. Adversity ring. Running speed up. I mean, I guess that's meant to be appealing, isn't it? Because I'm in the fire area. Well, I won't do anything just yet. At least not in that regards. And let's have some food, please.
Mori's touring restaurant. My secret ingredient is sincerity.
Ah.
This is unbearably hot. A cold meal would be great for here.
Yes, but and you've got like a stove and everything.
Allow me to
That's only adding to the problem. Cream stew.
What do you want to order?
Let's have a look. So I get quite a lot of bonuses from these. Well, there's not much I can get, isn't there? Ooh, that's a lot of experience. And that's even more. Yeah, generally speaking, it seems like you want to eat these, like, you want to exhaust the bonus, experience bonus from these, if you can. I mean, I'm going to want more of that shrimp later on.
Leave it to me.
Because, you know.
Enjoy your meal.
I'm going to get the bonus from the yogurts. Which I'm not getting here. Right, can I have at least one more of those? Yeah, well, one more of those is what I can get. Then I'm out of shrimp. Can I level up? Good. Right, now it's taking like 8,000 or so experience to level up. Yeah, let's have one of those. I can get one of those.
As you wish.
Yeah, it's another level. This is how I'm getting, notably, most of my levels. I can't afford it. Well, I don't have enough for anything right now.
I await your further patronage.
Alright, well, level 32. That's quite an improvement. Now, the question is... Oh, something here. Stupid Mandragora. Right. That's it. And let's go and fight that boss. Oh, I've got over 1,000 health now. I'm seeing a few sparkles. Oh no, that's not sparkles, that's just the... like little bits of lava popping up. I see. It's basically, it's a key.
This is useless. It seems the Queen of the Dead has reduced my sword's power. My body is like lead. To be defeated by a newborn dragon like this. This doesn't look good.
Oswald!
Huh?
That is a weird looking enemy with its eggshell just still on its head.
I can't go on.
No. Levinthan. This little guy. I mean, this isn't, you know, this doesn't appear to be hard, but I am aware that that can be deceiving. Well, a homing ice attack is pretty neat. I mean, say I want to heal. Do I actually have items to heal? Yeah, I do. That's okay. I mean, not greatly, but still. Not that I'm needing to at all. Right. Just gonna run around now? Oh, no, not quite. I do like that stabby thing. I mean, this can't be the end of her story because there's still a whole point of the grid to go on, isn't there? Have the skills. Hold on, go sneeze. I just... Right, I think my dehumidifier is officially stopped collecting the moisture in the air, which leads me to believe that it's pretty much all accounted for. I still need to pick up that ball. Right, okay, picking up that ball of rubber bands that I was messing about with and rolled along the floor and just left for a while. Stick that in the drawer. Good. Powered collecting. I want to have a look at that. Let's see what that is. Where is it? Absorbed a total of at least 1,000 phosons. Alright, okay. Hold on, sorry. Right, I'm back. Right, this guy's almost dead. Yeah, I'm getting close to the brink as well myself. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get something that's gonna recover me quite a bit. So let's actually eat this nut cookie. And you're dead. I didn't want to risk eating something not as powerful.
His injuries are grave. They must be attended to immediately.
See what his pride has cost him? Leave him be. You have been banished for disgracing your country, but you are still astonishing.
Just gonna have a drink, 1 second. Ugh, knocked over a bottle of water.
Able to defeat the dragon from the prophecies, you intrigue me even more.
Oswald has fought for you, and the dragon has been defeated. We are returning to the castle.
Why? Why him? That man has been selected by the Queen of the Dead. He will eventually die as her servant. His very existence is torment. Leave that doomed soul and take my hand.
Your Majesty,
Never.
if you persist in insulting my husband, my spear will take your hand. If you do not want your life extinguished,
sassy.
get out of my sight.
How intense. Just like a flame. I shall pay my respects to such intensity and back down for now. The promise has been kept. Let us leave it at that. But remember, you are the one that stokes the embers of my heart.
Sounds like a real creeper. Right, I'm starting to access this top part of the grid now. Not that I think any of it's got any real relevance anyway. Well, let's see, I mean... Okay. So how many photons do I have? 46. I can upgrade that. See, I'm wondering if there's trophies for maxing out this, for example. I will have to check that out. But no, I'll just leave that for now, I think. Hold on, 205 for 6. Just checking stats here. It's... yeah, I just got this. Just because I can afford it and I want the strength. How many of these? Right, I still need another 5 level ups for that. Wow. So I might, hopefully, continue for another half hour or so. That's my hope. I'm so close to level up. Ah, look how the tides have turned.
You mustn't.
It's time to turn the tide.
Ever again. But in any event, I too am happy to hear of Oswald's return.
He said that last time. Like, don't do that again. See, you gonna make my bed sheets or give me some tea?
Oswald is safe. What a relief.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeedy. And just like that, change clothes.
I'm glad that your husband is safe, Princess.
Right. Anything new I can buy that I'm interested? Baromet seed. Ripens with 36 phosons. It grows 2 killable. It grows sheep. It grows 2 killable sheep. Okay. Pure cacao. Like cocoa. 3,000 experience. Yogurt. No, that's okay. Let's... I mean, I could do it through him, couldn't I? But... let's... all this crap. All this crap here. All these blank materials. Throw all those in. Here, get rid of those. Yeah, that's alright for now, I guess. I tell you what I love. I love how it's automatically organised. You don't have to manually organise it. I love that. That's one thing I would wish Rainbow Moon could do. Just automatically organise it all. Oh, I've got hiccups. Right. Now.
Welcome! What can I get you today?
I love that. What can I get you today? let's have this, shall we? Yes.
With pleasure. Bon appetit.
I mean, as adorable as this is, and it is absolutely adorable, don't get me wrong, but the amount of food on the plate that she eats is rather ludicrous, to say the least.
With pleasure.
I mean, look at it compared to her.
Bon appetit.
That's like as big as her head. Yeah, levels are starting to take more than 10,000 extra experience now. Right, and I can't afford anything else, can I? Oh, I can buy pancakes, oh. Yeah, I'll buy one of these to take out.
With pleasure.
Got ginger cookie as a bonus. Well, that'll be all for now, I think.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Okay. So let's continue on to the next area. Right, okay, level 30 enemies. Ah, here. So I wonder if this is the final chapter, because I remember that there is like a village type area as well.
Has Oswald's condition changed?
He is resting at the moment.
I see.
May I ask you something?
What is it?
I have heard rumors suggesting that Oswald has some type of connection to the Queen of Death.
Well,
In order to increase my Belderreaver's power, my father sold me to her.
Oswald! You need to rest.
And just as he wished, I acquired the cursed power of the Shadow Knight. But in compensation for this contract, the Halia lurk about everywhere. They are waiting for the moment my power fades.
How terrible.
As long as I have the Belderreaver, the Halia fear me and stay away. But this power continues to be my curse.
I'm so cursed and I'm so emo. Because that's what this game's all about, isn't it, obviously?
But Gwendolyn, why did you go to the Fire Kingdom? What did you discuss with Onyx?
I apologize for not obeying your command to stay here. But I was so worried and concerned about you. I could not sit idly by.
Huh? You were worried about me?
Ooh.
Your Highness!
You belong to my father's troops.
I have something to report. Ragnarnovel suffered a crushing defeat from the Vanir under their new queen. They have seized the area around the cauldron.
That can't be. How is the king?
Yeah, this
Is the
sounds very
king all
final
right?
chapter-y.
King Odin has been wounded by arcane bolts and has returned to the castle. But his injuries are severe, and he is in no shape to do battle. The enemy will surely take this opportunity to invade the castle.
Oh
The
no.
precious ring he received from your highness has been taken away.
You gave away the ring I presented to you? As This was all a part of the Demon Lord's scheme. So, I was used as a puppet.
Wait a moment. I really...
Your Highness, for now, please return to the kingdom and assist King Odin.
I cannot return to my father, but I will serve my responsibility as the king's daughter and fight. Please inform the king of my intentions.
Ooh, hello little birdie. What harsh
You're going
truths.
to attack alone? You're asking to be killed.
Ah, there you go.
If I can retrieve that ring, the entire war will change. Are you doing this for your father? Or for him? I never imagined losing someone could be so terrifying. I don't want to lose him.
Ringford Forest, Ringford Forest. Oh, that looked a bit weird. Well then. A mulberry seed. What are you giving me mulberry seeds for at this point? The origin of sheep. I mean, that is weird, isn't it? A plant that could grow sheep. A pyramid seed. Right, let's have a look. Story. Oh, no, there might still be another chapter after this. But I could definitely see that the end of Gwendolyn's story approaching. I mean, I have said before about when games give you lower tier items later on. It's not a bad thing. It's just a strange thing sometimes to think, oh well, I'm this far in the game and you're giving me this thing from ages ago. But like the small nectars in Rainbow Moon, it can make sense because suddenly they're really good again. They're really helpful, and it's so weird that. I'm curious. See, S rank points, so I get those coins for getting an S rank, so does that mean if I don't do well, then there's a chance that I'll miss out on the ability to get some of those recipes? Oh no, the trophies are missable. use another one of those. Right, if I have a look at my inventory, yeah, so there's one space there for the rose mile, so there's one more space for items. For seeds at least. So I'm gonna go in. Well, if I go this way, I can buy a map. So I'll do that. Aha, hello. You've got 21. Pause on, so I will plant one of these baromet seeds. Let that give you all it has. And I will give you some more. Do you need even more than that? Yeah, bring all of back. And okay. What? What? Is the other one still here? Yes it is. I thought it might have run away. Get another lamb chop. Okay then, once again didn't mean to do that. Hello, didn't mean to summon you, but that's okay. Let's have a look. Experience plus 2,250. I mean, it's decent health recovery as well, isn't it? But let's see.
Maury's touring restaurant. No building, no problem. I thought it was time that you'd call on me. Now then, what do you want to order?
Can't get anything. Okay then.
Thank you very much.
Why did it say viewer 0? It should be running on my own thingy. Let's see what you've got to offer apart from a map, of course.
I usually do business with the fairies here, but this area has been unsafe lately.
Aha, I thought you'd have a recipe. Detox charm. Right, okay. Let's see how this is. One of those in the lamb chop. Okay then. And an area that's probably huge. Let's have a look. That's pretty big. Ooh, there's a big bag there. Definitely want that. And ooh, wonder what that is. How interesting. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe not today though. But let's get the bonuses that I can from that thing.
Maury's touring restaurant. Call and I am at your service. I am honored to have summoned me again. I see you have a new recipe. Please, allow me.
Grilled lamb.
What do you want to order?
It's strange you have to give her a lamb chop. Oh, the takeout, okay. Yeah, that's alright.
Very well. Leave it to me. Sorry for the wait.
Yeah, I'll get one more.
As you wish.
Ding.
Thank you very much.
Right, so where am I going? Right, down there's an ability. And there's a ring of sorts. But let's go and find out what that ability is. See, level 35, so these guys are like a level above me. But I think once I'm done with the stream, I am going to check the trophy list, because I'm curious. I'm curious about whatever it was I was talking about that I can't remember. But let's see what this ability is. We might have been talking about that. Oh, it was the trophies, wasn't it? Blizzard. Temperature store something that inflicts the freeze effect. Okay. How many more things do I need? I need 3 more levels for that. Right. Gold. Oh. Does that give money? I'm guessing that's just going to give you money, isn't it? Increase the chance of enemies will drop money. Okay. Well, should I just use this on them? A level 3 gold thing. Oh, it's a potion that you drink, okay. So they're all dropping money with all these attacks now. Ah, quickly before the thing runs out. Oh, that was interesting. Well, things ran out now. Right. Let's go. If ever I do an ability in the middle of nowhere, seemingly randomly, it's because I'm trying to cancel out of something and I'm pressing circle. That's what's going on. I do that and I see that they're defending, so I need to break the guard. Well, when I get to the next character, some of the mechanics will be different. I think that's how it works. Like, because I know one of these characters is one of these fairies and she can fly. And she's rather strange because she can't do like rapid fire attacks, but she can shoot from a distance. And her attacks are less in number but more effective. And it's quite strange in comparison to, say, with Gwendolyn. Area on file. Chocolate fondant. Pure cacao. Milk and egg. Yeah, my bag's doing alright. And even still, I'm on my way to getting an extension. See, there again, trying to cancel out of a menu by pressing circle. Oh, you're up to no good. Don't like that. But I'm gonna end the stream soon. But I am happy with the progress. Ah, healing. That's what you're up to. How much does that increase it by? 10. Ooh, it's getting quite far up there now. And it is strange that you can't actually seem to increase the size for the other items. Right, let's go this way first. Let's actually have a look. The pure cacao is one of these, isn't it? Yeah, see, experience plus 3000. Ooh. I'll have those 4 ones, please. And a restore. Oh, no enemies popping out. Usually enemies pop out. Just try to... whenever you open up one of those chests in one of those rooms, but not that time. It's nearly midnight. I think this is officially the latest I've ever streamed. Yeah, it's just a one-off area. So let's go. Oh, it's just... oh! What's that do? Hold on. We'll see it again. So that gives you... ah! So what's the point of me being dwarf then? Is... right. There's going to be something somewhere. Isn't there? Yeah, there's going to be something somewhere that's going to require me to be a dwarf. I can bet you that.
I usually do, but this area...
Actually, let's take this time to see if I can make use of any new recipes. Jeez, I've got 5 viewers all of a sudden. Where's everyone come from? It's a shame because I'm finishing the stream soon.
Mori's touring restaurant. My secret ingredient is sincerity.
Ah.
Ingredients I can make
a new recipe.
What do you want?
Chocolate fondant, but haven't I already done that? Oh, hold on. I need milk and an egg. That's a lot of experience. Right. I'm gonna buy 2 milks and 2 eggs. Because I want to get 2 of those.
I await your further...
Right. I shall be right back. Yes.
I usually do business, but this area...
Yeah, I'll have 2 eggs and 2 milk, was it? Oh, you don't sell milk. Oh, was it cacao? Jeez, I've completely forgotten. I think it was cacao. Let's have a look.
Morris, I am honored. Now then.
Where was I looking? Oh no, I've got the cacao. It's the milk and the egg I need. I need a yogurt for that. I don't want to use my yogurt.
I await your further.
Right.
I usually do, but this area...
No, there's nothing really I can make use of then, is there? I wonder what dexterity does in this game. I don't think it actually says. Does it? No, I'm just going to have to leave that for now, I think. And move on. Oh, a boss. Oh, you don't look friendly at all. I don't like the look of that. Oh. Oh, you are the boss. I thought it was like a small enemy that I had to fight during the boss. It was like aiding the boss, not the boss himself. These homing attacks are nice. Of course, using up all my PP. Oh, I've frozen him. I'll pick up the Cyclone. I tell you what, right? These circular levels remind me of a game called Whiz and Liz, where all the levels just kept repeating themselves. Ah, okay then. Do I have an antidote? Yes. Right. What am I doing? Oh, that's not nice. What are you being so nasty for? Yeah, I see my antidote effect is lingering. Oh, back to a normal mushroom you go. Yes, the volcano would be nice, thank you very much. So I'm wondering if you can replay levels to get a higher grade. To improve, you know, to get some of those coins. I don't know exactly how that works, if there's like a limited amount of them. But what is that thing I'm getting? Drawing. So what does that do? Draw in nearby enemies. Draw in nearby enemies. What does draw in nearby enemies mean? I don't understand what that means. Oh, I don't know. Plus it gives a lot more defense, doesn't it, than Lockstone, so I suppose I better... yeah. May as well. Right. As HP increase, And what's that do? Eating speed and HP recovery. Yeah, whatever, just look up that. Okay. Right, I'm going to end this in a moment. Oh, I can't enter because it's too narrow. I wonder what I've got to do. Oh, would you look at that. Right. Oh, this is going to be weird. I've got quite a few photons there. So, let's... No. Oh, it means I can't use items. Right. What was I doing? Skills. I got 178. I do use that one. Yeah, I use that one because that is a shot. That is an ability that I do use. I still need 2 more ability points for reinforcement. Right, okay. This is weird. I can't use any of my abilities either. A lot of these enemies. Yeah, better to use like an area effect one, I suppose. Rather than a holding one when there's loads of enemies. Naturalized. That sounds too familiar. Ah, yeah. Turns things into photons. Okay. Right. Material, grape. Right, I'm gonna go to this one. Oh, look at that. Oh, I need a key. Right, and I don't want to be... I don't want to be small, so I have to get out of that. Ah, I got the key. Right, okay. So I can get the key. I'll open up the chest. And I think... what I'll do... I'll get to the boss. I won't fight the boss, but I'll get to the boss, then I'll end it there, I think. No, I won't. I'll just get the key and open up the chest, and then that'll be it. Although... right, that should open up the chest. I'm just thinking, because it's about midnight and I want to like end this, but... just want to get a few like loose ends tied up. Oh, did it again. Right. Put Put one of these in.
I'm lost in this incredible forest. It must be the berry forest I've heard about.
Touring restaurant. Do you have ingredients? Now then. I await your first.
Yeah. Don't see the point in that. Okay, that's it.